Hey, welcome back to The Dive. Today on the show, we're excited to welcome back the CEO of Psyched Wellness, Jeff Stevens. Jeff's joining us today to talk about the growing interest in psilocybin mushrooms, how attitudes are changing towards them. He's also going to give us an update on Psyched Wellness from their most recent private placement, their new relationship with My Crew Doses, and their product Calm, now being available on Sears.com and Amazon. And be sure to stick around till the end to hear about the major catalysts that investors should be watching out for near term. Hey, Jeff, welcome back to The Dive. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here, and thanks for having me back.
Okay, so Jeff, according to Insider.com, interest in psilocybin mushrooms reached an all-time high in 2022, and searches for shroom moms spiked 3,200% this year. What factors do you think contributed to the increased interest in mushrooms in 2022?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things happening there. That's a great question. There's certainly on the clinical side, we've got some big clinical trials that are happening, which help on sort of science to destigmatize psychedelics in general as an alternative for people's mental health and well-being. Along with that, you also have companies like ourselves, Psyched Wellness, who have come to market with a product that is legal for human consumption as a food supplement with our product Calm. So you've got the clinical side, then you've got the supplement side coming together. So all those things working together to remove the stigma and educate people about this, potential therapy for your health and well-being that really have been used for thousands of years through different cultures.
How do you think that cultural attitudes towards mushrooms have evolved over the years?
Well, I think we're catching up. If you look sort of to traditional medicine, say in Asia, they've been using mushrooms and roots and plants for their health and wellness. And I think Western society is now sort of catching up to those opportunities. We're thrilled to be pioneering it with Amanita. One of my directors, Nick Kadish, with Pharma Biotech, is pioneering it with MDMA. So there's a lot of really exciting things happening in general in the sector, which I think is going to translate to, again, further education, removing the stigma, and opportunities for people to, benefit their health and well-being with these compounds.
Let's talk about Psyched Wellness. Can you give us the high-level overview of the company?
Yeah, so we started 3 years ago. We work with a mushroom called Amanita muscaria. So it's a red and white mushroom that you will see on your phone as the emoji for mushrooms. Super Mario Brothers, very topical these days. That's the red and white mushroom cap. So people recognize it, but by and large, they misunderstand it. If you do a quick Google search, it'll come up as poisonous. So what we've done for the last 3 years, we spent 2 years doing preclinical studies, all the scientific safety studies required to bring this product to market as a food supplement. Although it does have psychoactive qualities, it was never scheduled as a drug. So we were able to work with it as a food. So again, doing the safety studies, demonstrating that we could get a safe, consistent, stable end product, and then bringing that to market. So since really December of last year, we've started our commercial production. And working with my team, we're now proud to say that we're on Amazon.com, we're on Walmart.com. We're starting to build out that brick and mortar strategy as well. So we've started to see some of those brick and mortar shops take our product on, and we'll be ramping that up. So really, it's just about getting the product out. In our product Calm, it's an extract. It's a proprietary extract from the Amanita muscaria mushroom, and it's designed to promote rest and relaxation. So we haven't done human clinical trials. I can't say it's for sleep, but certainly a lot of our clients and customers are using it for anxiety, sleep-related issues, where they want to have a natural solution, something that's not from a pharmaceutical company that is going to assist them with that. So that's sort of the category we're in. We're having a great response from our consumers so far, and we're excited to continue down the path.
You mentioned Calm now being available on Amazon and Sears.com. Could you maybe walk us through the process of bringing your products to market? What can you tell us about this?
Yeah, well, listen, it's been great. It's been exciting. I've learned a lot, certainly. You go from at least the path we took. So we took a very scientific path. We wanted to demonstrate that this was safe and demonstrate that we could bring this to the brick and mortar stores as a legal food supplement. And so that required all the safety studies, as I mentioned previously in our preclinical studies, and then bringing it forward and finding a certified contract manufacturer. So Vantage Hemp, we work with them. They're CGMP So everything we do is at the highest standard. So you've got a consistent product that each time that you order our product, you know you're going to have a very similar effect. And that's a very challenging thing to do with natural compounds, especially with mushrooms. Certainly with Amanita, it's been a challenge. So that took a long time of sort of going through trial and error to determine the right extraction process to ensure that we got that consistent, stable end product. And then working with our team. So Matt Singh, who's on our team, who's our chief commercial officer, bringing on board those distributors that can help us get this product into the brick and mortar stores, attracting the likes of Amazon, Walmart.com, Sears, to take our product and put it on the shelf virtually and sort of build it out from there. So, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of challenges when you're working with this mushroom because there's just social media platforms have algorithms that flag certain things. And then you have to educate them and say it's not a drug, it's a supplement. Here's our grass. Here's how we move forward. So it's been great. It's not without challenges, but certainly we've always been able to find a solution to those challenges and move forward. And each time we do that, it just further legitimizes the company and the product.
Now, we saw you entered into a binding agreement with Gotham Green and announced a $7.5 million non-brokered private placement. How do you plan to allocate the proceeds, and what does this mean for investors?
Listen, I am so proud of this, Cassandra. We went to the Benzinga Cannabis and Psychedelic Conference in Miami, and we had samples at that time. I walked around with a knapsack full of samples, and anyone that would make eye contact, I stopped and handed a sample and told them about our product. And fortunately, I met Harrison Aaron, who's one of the principals at Gotham at that conference. We started talking, and it evolved from there. As you can imagine, in these capital markets environment we're in right now, it's very capital constrained. It's difficult to raise capital. So, being a $10 million market cap and attracting an investment for that's 7.5 US, so effectively 10.2 million Canadian with today's exchange rate. So effectively getting our market cap as an investment in this market certainly demonstrates to ourselves that we were correct. We found something special. We have a huge opportunity. Gotham sees that. They understand it. They're early investors in cannabis. This is their first investment in psychedelics. I believe it's their first investment in a year or two in any new investment as well. So certainly a huge validation for us. And, there'll be a 51% shareholder. So the majority shareholder of the company. We'll be working very closely with them as we move forward. We're already talking about product innovation and where we'd like to go with it. And so the use of proceeds will be something that we work on together as a group. They've got incredible infrastructure with some of their investments that they have as well when it comes to distribution, when it comes to getting the product on shelves. So we're very excited. I think eventually when we have to have our AGM in July 11th, there'll be a shareholder vote. So I think post shareholder vote, if it goes in favor, which we expect it will, I think FOMO will sort of kick in where people go, okay, like there's something here that we don't see that Gotham sees. What is it? And we'll sort of go from there. But I'm excited. I think the next 2 years that the company's growth will be very exciting. I think you'll see a lot more product innovation. Ideally, we'll be quickly expanding our footprint when it comes to distribution and retailers working with us. So hang tight. It's exciting. I'm very proud to be in a position where we've attracted Gotham and we can work with them going forward.
Now, we saw you also announced your working relationship with Microdoses. Can you walk us through the partnership and what does this mean for both parties?
Yeah, so not necessarily a partnership per se, because there's it's more of a relationship where we recognized an opportunity to get into the gummies, and we have our tincture Calm, which is our first product. We knew that there's demand for gummies. However, in the markets we're in, it was challenging for us to look at doing another SKU and trying to build out a whole new product line. We knew the guys at Microdoses. They have excellent relationships. They've got end buyers for gummies. So for us, it was an opportunity to participate in that segment without exposing ourselves financially by building out and trying to identify and attract those end consumers. So working with Microdoses, they already have that. So we sell them the extract, they reformulate it, put it in their gummies. And so we have exposure to it. It allows us to increase our revenues. And we're excited to be part of that with them. They're a good bunch of guys. and we're excited to sort of see where their network grows and goes. But yeah, so for us, it was just a really efficient way to expand our business and increase revenues.
I haven't heard of shrooms and gummies before, but I've heard about it in chocolates. Do you think that they'll do something like that too?
I think there's tons of opportunity. We're talking about that now, obviously with a capital infusion and a new partner, we have the opportunity of looking at sort of expanding our product offering as well. And so, yeah, like any form factor is really open. It's just a matter of what we think the consumers are going to be most excited about, and what we think we can get on the shelves and sell the most of. So that's a process that we're going through. Those are conversations we're having, and it's exciting to be able to have those conversations because, when prior to having access to the capital, you start looking at how you can sort of bootstrap and do things. And now we're able, when we close after the AGM, we'll be in a position to not be bootstrapping and actually aggressively going after new segments. So we're excited.
Okay, so Jeff, for investors watching, what are the key milestones or major catalysts that they should be looking out for with Psyched Wellness over the near term?
Yeah, for sure. I would say the AGM. We should have the AGM. Well, we will have the AGM July 11th. Ideally, the shareholders vote in favor. By and large, anyone that I've spoken to, any large shareholders that we're aware of, are in favor. So, I hope that we're successful with that. I can't anticipate it not being so, but after the AGM, the shareholder vote, that'll be a massive catalyst for us. I think where it de-risks capital into the company, and then just look for us to start announcing, what we plan to attack next. We've got a lot of opportunity with that type of capital available to us, and again, the partnership and the infrastructure that comes with Gotham. It's not just capital; it's all of those pieces. So it's kind of like getting the missing pieces of the puzzle and putting it on the board. So we're really excited.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, that's all we have for you today, Jeff. Thank you so much for coming on and giving us the update.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me again.
To our audience at home, thank you so much for tuning in today. We do make a lot of videos like this, so if you like this kind of thing, be sure to hit that subscribe button below me there so you don't miss out. Bye.